Okay. Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Zoom has changed their settings. So I just want to be sure that I've opened up the waiting room for everyone. And if you would just give me 2 seconds, there are new settings, which we just love because once you get used to something, they change it. Okay. Good morning. I'm Diane Michael. Thank you for being with us this morning to learn more about how you can get in front of HOA and COA associations, and more importantly, getting in front of the CAMs. I have been working with CAMs and board members for over a decade, and I've been in business development and marketing for 2 decades. I know you can't tell by my looks, but it's the truth. And I'm here with my friend and education partner, Lindsay Lombardi. Lindsay, will you just give a quick, brief bio on how you know what you're doing when it comes to association management?
Sure. So I have been in association management for over 10 years, in the real estate world for longer than that. I started working with Century Management back at the beginning. I ran a rental program that they had and then transitioned into association management. And from there, I worked for a couple other corporate management companies, worked for a family-owned management company, started my own management company, and now I'm partnering with a management company out of Central Florida to grow their business in the Volusia and Flagler area.
You know, it's funny. I'm looking at the pictures of Lindsay and me. We need to update those.
I
We
know,
look
I'm
really, we look
like
really
nothing
different.
like that anymore.
Okay, guys, we're going to go through this really fast. We want you to understand the program, why you're going to do the program, or why you should be doing the program. And if you have more questions, we'll open it up for questions. And then, obviously, if you want to set up a time to meet with us on Zoom, we would love to do that. We want to make sure that this is easy and easily digestible for you. The reason that Lindsay and I started this Webinar Wednesday program, which gears education credit hours to CAMs and also educates board members, is because Lindsay and I worked together in a kind of like a past life, and I saw there a lot of talent in Lindsay very quickly. She has a vantage point that is very unique, being that she's worked for corporate association management firms, family owned, been on property, been portfolio, started her own. So she knows the mindset of a CAM and a board member. She knows the timeline, the seasonal topics that need to be discussed. She's on point with the Department of Business and Professional Regulation, which is the state agency that governs the licensure of the CAMs and also the board requirements. And so I have the marketing background. So the two of us together are a powerhouse. And we created this Webinar Wednesday program a year and a half ago. Lindsay, can you go to the next slide for me? So this is obvious stuff. Technology has changed. We have to keep up with it. If you're not doing webinars, you should be. You know, we all know how much time is taken up on the road. I call it windshield time, and it's great, but at the same time, you show up at a management company and they were supposed to have 15 people, and you ran to Panera Bread and you got the bagels, you got the coffee, you got the orange juice that spilled in your car, and then you show up and there's 3 people. Not fun, not cool. So this is a way to do it to where you're right in their face on a regular basis, where they know of you and your name through the technology that we all should be using. The demographic is changing. So what we're seeing, and you're probably seeing as vendors working with these associations and CAMs, the board members are aging. We're all aging. all of us are aging based on our pictures. We obviously have been aging, which is a good thing. And you want to meet your new opportunities where they are. So, what's your demographic? Has it changed? Yes, it has. So, are you providing webinars to people that are like me, like Lindsay, that are busy? Lindsay's a parent. I'm a soon-to-be dog parent, but I'm busy. I travel. I have a large company. So we're all busy and we want information at our fingertips in an easy, digestible way. So Webinar Wednesday and providing education to CAMs and board members through our program is keeping up with the change of demographic. Good help is hard to find. Listen, we can tell you with doing this program for a year and a half that we've gotten people to become DBPR education providers. So that's part of the program. We get Lindsay. When I say we, it's Lindsay because that's her lane.
That's my
Uh,
lane.
that's her lane. So she gets everybody approved by the DBPR because she knows what that program looks like. But it's timely. It takes follow up. It's a government agency, so let's be honest about that. So good help is hard to find in terms of we have gotten people providership and then they're like, okay, well, we'll take it from here. We don't really need to do the Webinar Wednesday program. Good for you. Go educate those CAMs. And then I'm sorry, but I never see them doing it because they're busy doing their own jobs. So we've created this program. So we are your back end. We're like your marketing team and very little support from you on the program. All we need is your expertise in educating these CAMs. So when I say good help is hard to find, having someone on the team do this for you, they're already busy. They're already stretched thin. Having your wife do it, having your husband do it, it certainly is an option. And we think that the more that people are educating and marketing, the better. But hiring professionals is always the way to go. We also know that the market is more expensive. Running a marketing agency since 2008, almost 20 years, I have seen an insane change in marketing. If you're not marketing, you're left behind. If you're not enlisting AI agents, you are left behind. I mean, this is the time where we have transitioned from remember when Facebook came out and people were like, I'm not going to ever do that for my business. Okay. We're in a whole nother level. So when it's more expensive, you have to find the right strategic, smart ways to get in front of associations and CAMs. So we've created this program for you so that it's not as expensive, it's strategic, it's targeted, there's follow-up, rinse and repeat. And I covered the more competitive marketing options. Next slide. I've got my Celsius, as you can tell, this morning.
Good for you.
Thanks, girl. Okay, take it away.
All right. So, like Diane said, we're trying to make things easy for you to get your name and your information out there without it taking time from your employees, from you. So work harder, not smarter. We have a database of CAMs and board members for the state of Florida. I think we're at over 31,000 now, Diane?
Yes.
Okay, so when we're putting together your program for you, like Diane said, we do we go to the DBPR, we get you approved as a provider. We get 3 topics approved from you. We put together 3 courses for you. We do the PowerPoint. We do everything. So you're coming in, you're editing that and adding more information after, the expertise part. We give you the bullet points. And then we're getting your message in front of the CAMs and homeowners. So why should you be marketing to CAMs? Why should you be marketing to board members? Well, this opens up a whole lot of opportunity. So you have homeowners associations, and I mean, the building has not stopped, especially in Volusia County, and I'm sure all of Florida. So you have homes and neighborhoods and condominiums and all sorts of things going up constantly around you. And these are the people you want to do business with, because if you get in with a CAM, you're not just getting in with one house. You're getting in with a condo building that has 90 units, 100 units, 50 units, maybe 250 units, or a homeowners association that has, 250 homes, 1,200 homes. multiplied by a portfolio CAM that has 10 properties that they manage. So one CAM essentially could be 1,000 doors that you're getting access to for your business. And so the goal that we have is we try to keep things relevant to the season. So during like May, we usually start with hurricane type things. So we're coming into that storm season. So we'll try to gear you to that. And we try to stay relevant to what's going on. Budget season, we try to gear you towards budgets. You know, how do you go out and bid for a project for landscape or for roofing that you have coming up or whatever it is that the association's looking, whether it's their regular monthly maintenance that they have going on or quarterly or a project that they have coming up that your business would be good for. How do you get them to call you to get the bid? Our goal is to make you one of the three people that they call, right? Because we all know in this world, or those that are in this world know, for projects and for proposals, you're supposed to get three bids to bring to the board. So the goal is for you to be one of the three people that they call because you've shown them through these webinars that you're the expert in your area of expertise. Again, asphalt, roofing, cable, pool maintenance, any of the things that an association could use, which is almost everything in the construction world for sure. So you want to be one of the three, and then that creates your sales pipeline, and you get out there, you present, you follow up with the CAM, you do a job for them, you've proven that you're good, you're responsive, and then they'll keep calling you because they're looking for their toolbox. Diane likes that I call my vendors that I use my toolbox of people. You know, I'm going to start at the top. The person I know usually answers the phone right away, is the first that can get out to me. Those are the people that are at the top of my list for me to call.
Yeah, we always say be one of the three. That is something, and we definitely need to update this one. Okay.
Yes.
We are busy. This is a program that Lindsay and I do together so that we can work together. We're passionate about education. We like the industry. It's a way for us to work with vendors as well, but it also is like part of our side jobs. But be one of the three. Be one of the three. Be where your competitors are. Because even though Lindsay has her toolbox of vendors and her preferred vendors, her board is going to say to her, we need three bids. And boards are smart and they think sometimes and being in the industry, I know this firsthand experience is that they think, well, maybe the CAM has a special relationship, even though they can't get, like legally get any kind of like kickbacks. Am I right? No, no kickbacks or anything
Right.
like that. But they, some board members like, that may be your friend, and we need someone who is just a third party, just neutral party. So being one of the three bids is part of the process of getting more commercial business. And you may not get it that one time, but if you follow up and you keep providing educations on a monthly basis, maybe you will. Because maybe that vendor doesn't respond to Lindsay and she needs something done. Or maybe that vendor falls through the cracks because they haven't taken care of their team and their culture in their company has changed. And they're just not the same type of people that they want to work with, that Lindsay and her board want to work with anymore. So who's next on that list? And these opportunities, let's all be real, they're high value opportunities. You get a condo unit or an HOA association, a community, and then you get referrals from the neighboring communities. And let's be honest about the board members talking to one another. So you want to be in the conversation, be one of the three. Okay, so want to just really briefly talk about the program, the database. The database, like Lindsay said, we're over 30,000. Those are CAMs, and then we have a number of board members. We send out weekly promotions of the education programs going on Webinar Wednesday, which is the second and the fourth Wednesdays of the month. So we'll be running it right after this. We like Lindsay said, we put together the whole education program for you. The process with you before we actually have a course, your time commitment is just back and forth with us on some emails. I would say no more than 1 hour. We do all the rest. Now, if you want to edit it and, elevate it, great. Take your time, do whatever. But most people just use our presentations, use our outline. They say green light, good to go. And we get them as providers through the DBPR. Then we also come up, again, when I say we, it's Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay. The courses, we come up with the courses. And we always recommend 3 courses because we submit at one time and it's fresh content. And you want to be able to provide fresh content to the CAMs. So then you have these 3 courses, which in turn turns into 3 months of education. You are one of the presenters during Webinar Wednesday. We do an hour slot for you. Now, we get about 200 attendees to each of our webinars right now, but that list is always growing. Every Webinar Wednesday, we see numbers go up because
And I
CAMs
would
are
say,
busy.
not to interrupt, but when
Yeah.
we started this a year and a half ago, we were like excited when we had 15 or 20 people on.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
was 35, and then it was 60, and then now we're, then it was over 100. We were so excited the first time it was, oh, we went over 100.
3 digits.
And at the beginning of the year when we did a presentation with I think it was the legal update that we did for CAMS that was hosted by Martell and Ozone, we had over 500 people attend that.
Yeah.
So our database, we have a big database, but in addition to everyone getting the newsletters and the updates, we are getting a lot of people to attend. So you're getting in front of a significant amount of people. I mean, if you do a webinar once a month and you're in front of 100 or 200 people, think about how many man hours that would take for you to go get in front of that many CAMs in a month.
Right. And so you get 200. Now, let's be real about everything. CAMs are on there to get their continuing education credits, but they're also on there to learn who vendors are. Now, you may be a vendor that wants to be in the whole state of Florida. That's an amazing program for you, especially if you have satellite offices and multiple offices to share the budget. Or you may just be in Volusia County where we're located and only want to deal with Volusia County CAMs and boards. When they register for submission of the course, which Lindsay also handles, we have them fill out what county they're in. And after each webinar, you get the attendee list. So you get their name, you get their email, you get the county in which they are in so that you can do follow-up. And then we always recommend that follow-up. We also can provide follow-up services, but that's not part of the webinar program. So that is how we handle Webinar Wednesday vendors. We call them association allies. We videotape each of the webinars and we provide that video to you to add to your YouTube channel. YouTube is under the Google umbrella. So the more that you are posting on Google, posting on YouTube, the better. You need to be doing it if you're not doing it. Next slide. Let's see if there's what else I missed because we're right at the 15. The program currently is $950 a month with a 4-month commitment. And we would do 3 courses and get you to become an education provider for $500 or $250 per class. That's our current rate. We have upped our rates 2 times in the past year and a half. And it's because of time and there's only so many spaces that we can fill in so many days. We have also had questions about, are we industry exclusive? If you have seen our publications or been a part of our webinars, you see that we are not exclusive. We have multiple vendors in the same industry because we believe in one of the 3. And but at the same time, we would never have the same content. We want everyone to have the equal opportunity to get the bid, and some people just are they're going to close better than others. They're going to, for whatever reason, people win the bids. Experience firsthand feedback that we have received multiple commercial contracts from vendors that have been awarded. So, we love to see that because that's our goal. Our goal is to get you business so that you want to continue to market with us and to continue educating CAMs and board members. Okay, do we have any questions? I have the chat locked, but if you or the Yeah, you can type into chat, I think. Sorry, guys, this is changed a little bit. Are there any questions? Are you even able to communicate with us? Um, yeah, this is so interesting how they always change these things. Okay, chat. Sorry, guys. Chat settings, panelist. Um, uh, Can you guys write in chat so I can see if you, oh, here we go. We got one Q&A. Perfect. Thank you. Question, if you are already a CE provider, do you have a program for that? Yes, absolutely. Good question. I'll add that to my presentation for next time. Yep, it would be the $950 a month for 4 months. And we would provide, well, if you already have the course, you know what? That's interesting, Lindsay. Contact us on the side if you would, because if we're not having to create your program, there's not as much work. So we could talk to you about that.
Yeah, and they're probably inputting their own credits and things like that. So that could be because that's a big.
Right. Right. Okay. So we had a question about the pricing again. So the pricing is $950 a month for 4 months minimum. And that's because we're scheduling a month out and there's a lot of work that has to be done to market to get 200 people to a webinar. If you have any experience with that, you can feel my you have empathy on that. So 950 for 4 months. And if you aren't a provider or have courses, it's $500 to become a provider and 3 courses, or it is 1 course for 250. Am I right on that, Lindsay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And let me,
Please.
that's if you're going to sign up for Webinar Wednesday. We only do that for those that are wanting to do the webinars. We can get you courses if you're not wanting to do the webinars, but that's a whole separate deal. And the $500 for 3 courses is for our Webinar Wednesday participants specifically.
Okay. Awesome. Any other questions? Okay, we kept it to 27 minutes. No, 15. I don't know. I can't do math this early. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate you being here and learning more about our program. I will put our information, my information into chat so that you can email me for a private Zoom if you want to explore the opportunity more. If you don't work with us, please absolutely still get out there and do marketing and education. Question. So $500 per month for 4 months. How many sessions will I be in front of cams? Okay, so it's $500 a month for
It's
the courses
$500 for the courses. Yes.
for the courses for three courses. So it takes time to put together the course, to submit it to DBPR, to promote it, to get a PowerPoint, to get an outline. Like we do all that. So that's $500 for 3 courses. Then it's $950 a month for 4 months minimum. And that gives you 1 webinar a month for 4 months. So it's 1 hour webinar. And usually it's a 35-minute education, 15-minute Q&A. And
And
we
keep
set
in
that all
mind,
up.
on top of the 1 hour that you're getting in front of people, you're also getting, your information is going out. And then after we post your videos, if you allow us on our website as well, and then that information is marketed with every newsletter that we send out as well.
Right, right.
So you're
And we do
getting in front of cams in a newsletter once a week minimum.
You're getting in front of cams on to the 31,000 once a week at minimum. You're getting,
Right.
we post on social media the agenda. We do backlinks on our website to your website. We post your YouTube videos on our channels. So from my marketing side, we do everything that we can to throw you business. Because again, the more business that you have, the more that you're going to want to work with us. So we're here to be part of your team. We would love to schedule a private meeting with you, Barbara. Thank you. Did you get my email in chat? Please go ahead and email me 2 days and times that work for you, and we'll go over your industry and all the things. Is the minimum amount of promotion each webinar will get? What is the minimum amount of promotion each webinar will get? The minimum amount of promotion each webinar will get. So we send out weekly email newsletters to over 31,000 in the state of Florida. So that's CAMs and board members, predominantly CAMs, but we have hundreds of board members as well. That's once a week. Then we post on social media on Beyond the Boardroom daily, which talks about the agenda upcoming. We're constantly getting messages from CAMs and recommending our association allies, and management companies contact us as well. Board members contact us all the time, and we're always referring them. We post the video to our page. We want you to post it on your YouTube channel. If you give us access to your YouTube channel, we can post it on your YouTube channel. In fact, we had an association ally who got a condominium contract for pool service, which is a big number. I mean, that's a big number monthly because a board member watched the video on YouTube. So that's a testament to the power of Google in that respect. And then we promote you on Webinar Wednesday to the 200 people that are attending. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, and we make it as affordable as we can so that we can have a big full list like we do. Okay, everyone. Oh, more. Um, okay, guys, great. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time and happy Wednesday to you. And we look forward to talking to each of you. Thanks,
Thank
Lindsay.
you,
And
everyone.
I'll see you in a second. We'll just jump on the next
Okay.
one. Okay, thanks, everyone.